Gingy's SoundEngine is a powerful multi-channel sound manager and downloader. Here's how to initialize it inside of your application. Here we're setting it to 90% volume. So Gingy SoundEngine.init and 0.9 for 90%, and then the true boolean. Let's go ahead and make a sound start playing once we've loaded it. If we don't want it to start playing right away, we don't have to play it inside of our onComplete function, but we do have to load the sound to work with it. Before we get started, I'm just going to create 3 variables we'll be referencing throughout the project. Private var song manager, which is going to be a sound manager variable, and similarly private var success manager, also sound manager variable, and finally private var fail manager, which is also a sound manager variable. These are going to be the 3 different sounds we'll be working with. Now all we have to do is go ahead and type Gingy SoundEngine.load sound, and then the path of our sound, which in our case is com/Gingy/SDK Features /assets/song.mp3. We're going to give our song an ID called theme song, and we'll set the buffer to 100 and the onComplete function to onComplete. Now all we have to do is create the onComplete function, and we'll pass through our sound manager that we've loaded here as a variable called s, and we'll make our song manager equal to this variable s, and we'll play it. Let's go ahead and preview that. Great. Better yet, we can batch load sounds instead of loading them one by one. To do this, all we have to do is type, instead of load sound, Gingy SoundEngine dot load batch, and then new sound descriptor variable. And again in square brackets, new sound descriptor, and then the path of our sound, which in our case is com Gingy SDK Features assets and success.mp3, and we'll give it the ID success sound, and we'll do the same thing for our second variable, our second sound. This time, however, it'll be a fail.mp3, and we'll call it fail sound. Close it off with a square bracket, and then comma, and the function we want to call onComplete. In our case, it's onComplete batch. Now let's create that onComplete batch function. So function onComplete batch, and inside we'll type success manager equals Gingy SoundEngine dot get sound, and our success sound ID. So we're tying the sound we've imported, success sound, from our batch import to our success manager variable. And we'll do the same to our fail manager variable. Only this time, of course, we'll set it to our fail sound, imported sound. Now I've gone ahead and added some of Gingy's pluginable widgets to showcase our Sound Manager's on-the-fly capabilities. Let's tie some sound commands to these widgets to show you how easy the Sound Manager is to implement. So I've inserted a knob, a Gingy widgets knob, and to that I want to tie the volume, the global volume of our Sound Manager. We have a master volume control that you can use to control all the sounds you've inserted. All you have to do is type Gingy SoundEngine.masterVolume, and then we'll set it to the knob percentage divided by 100. We also have a standard play function. In our play function, the first parameter is the volume. So successManager.play, and 1 being the highest and 0 being the lowest. The second is the start time, and the third is the number of loops. By setting it to -1, we play it infinitely. Of course, we have a stop function. We've set it to our off state and our play button. And similarly, we have pause and resume functions. We even have a fade function. This is if you want to fade in or out of your sound. So let's fade out of our playing success sound. We'll have it fade to 0, which will be our first parameter, and we'll have it take 5 seconds. So fade to 0, 5. Let's preview that. You can see our Gingy's widgets. So our sound starts playing, and we have a knob, which is tied to the global volume. We can start playing an infinite loop of our success sound. And if we turn it off, it will invoke our stop function. We have a pause function. And our fade function. Some other commands we can use. We can also trace the remaining number of loops if we wish. To do that, all we'd have to do is type successManager.loopsRemaining. We can, of course, dynamically change the volume of our sounds. So, for example, we would type successManager.volume equals 0.7. We can mute the sound. So we would type successManager, for example, .mute equals true. And we can destroy the sound. SuccessManager.destroy. Thanks for watching.